First week of classes. So I wanted to put together a video to help explain some of the questions we've had. So we're here in Canvas in your Seminar 101, and you'll see here on the first link that you can open the syllabus and master calendar. And the syllabus has a lot of details in it. In that first page, we really run through the seminar format, meaning that we will pivot and shift according to your needs, and it's driven by what you all are up to as well as the course content. Our course objectives for development, in that we're going to focus on the UN sustainability goals for our projects and seek to apply design thinking to some of those really wicked problems while we get to know each other and work through the new college process. We're also going to work on building your creative confidence, design thinking and scientific methods there, change leadership, and get you ramped up with those ventures so your work has clarity and application. So the syllabus has a lot of different details on it. We will do a fun quiz together on some of the details of it, so please do read them. The venture goals are about launching opportunities, why we focus on them, and then change leadership has both an inward focus, which is your work as a change maker, and then your outward focus is the work as a change leader, which is really amplifying things within our community. Then I have the general goals of FIG programs. Then we go through the grading. You'll see it's divided up into 4 things, which have some subcategories. So Venture Project 1, Venture Project 2, your change leadership, and then that gifting project where you're getting to know somebody in the class and developing a product for them. So the peer review and professionalism can increase or decrease your score based on contributions. I have my grading policy for late items in there, team grades, grading and participation. So it's your responsibility to be in class. As a reminder, want to see you there. You'll be counted as absent if you don't attend. And a way attendance works in our class is that we deduct points for attendance and for missing. So those are all in there. Then we have some other campus resources for you to look through. And classroom safety and things like that. And then we jump into the calendar, and remember that the calendar will have new links and opportunities in it as the class develops through your needs and encouragement too. So in the first class, we went through this kickoff and getting to know and connect with each other, as well as dividing into groups for that first venture project. We use that TRIZ model, which is imagine that everything's going wrong and go from there. Next class on Wednesday, we're going to have the seminar instructors there for the first half of class. So think about some questions that you might have for them related to how to be successful in their classes, what's driven their careers. There are a myriad of different things you could ask them about, but jot down some questions that you might connect with them about. And then we're going to spend the second half of class in the beginning reflecting on the Creative Confidence podcast that I have a link to in there. And then we're going to spend time on the plan of action lab for the remainder of class, which will be to plot your course forward through these assignments as well as through your other assignments. So please do bring some materials with you that you can reference as we set out the calendar for the rest of the quarter for you. Then when we go into the next Wednesday, it's that Venture Project 1 campus resource and blog post presentation. So again, every time we have that come prepped, I either have the hyperlink or it's a resource on the website. The plan of actions, let's do assignment, and all of these areas here that have plain text words are things that you need to come prepped with into class. So how do you get to the website? Well, here's the website. And on the website, we have this toolkit that has all those keywords. So for example, if I'm in the syllabus and I'm looking for, well, the design thinking podcast is under design thinking, But if I'm looking, for example, for the big idea canvas, I will go on here and I can either search right there and find something, or I can click right on that link. So that takes you through to the video that we watched a small portion of, and you can watch the whole thing and reflect on that, shoot any questions that you have over to me, and we'll always bring those up for discussion. So when you scan back over here, again, look through here, see the different things you need to be looking at, and find them on the toolkit portion of the website. We also have this for FIG students page, and that's where I will be posting on this portion the slide decks. So our slide decks are more for conversation than they are for illustration, and most of our class will be really guided by conversation, but as we have slide decks, I will put them up here on that portion of the website, which you can also navigate to. Okay, so let's see, when we're under modules, then you can also click on Venture Project 1, which is due on October 13th, and we're going to pitch that before that. So essentially this is that we had those 3 sustainable development goals, either C, climate change, or food security, and you divided into groups based on those. And the goal is to find a wicked problem that exists, so a problem related to one of those sustainable development goals that exists on campus at Western, and then connect with a campus resource center that might be interesting for you to get to know. See how they're solving that problem, come up with a couple of different ideas of solutions that add a little bit to that solution, or come up with something totally unique. We want to do this with prototyping, so make a physical product to represent what you're up to. And those can be as simple or as complex as you would like them to be. And then we're going to go through in a couple of weeks and present that summary of the problem that you found, the opportunity that you've generated, how that interrelates with the current campus resources, and what improvements you'd like to make to it. So that's all right here in that Canvas document. So check that out. And I have what's called a rubric, and a rubric divides up the different elements that drive different portions of your score. So we have pitch, learning journey video, evidence, prototype, reviewer post, and getting it up on the website. So again, on the website, we have this FIG section. We will go through how to set up these blog posts, but your projects will be in here for review. So going back in here, the other elements that we have are all related to the next thing up you have is the journal prompt, and then you have the opportunity to build your skills on WordPress so that you can get to know what you're doing with that for this class and future classes. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the calendar to check in on this, because that's where we put all of the keywords and stuff like that. I do have a link in here directly to the Design Thinking podcast. That should take you 45 minutes to listen to. You can do that while you're doing anything. It's an interesting podcast, and I want you to think about what they're talking about as relates to creative confidence and how to build that opportunity to think innovatively and work on problems you hadn't solved ever before. And then again, we'll be working on the plan of action. So these topics all have things that you need to prepare that are underneath, and all of those tools are up on the website. So I would encourage you to always go into the calendar, so the Big Idea Canvas, then look at the website under Toolkit, get to that, jot down some notes, and be prepared to discuss them, because that's what we'll do in classes, discussion and workshops. So thank you so much. I'm looking forward to an awesome quarter with you all. I will post a lot in Teams, super open to conversation and ongoing dialogue there. We only meet once a week, so please do be sure to connect and stay on task through Teams and through connecting with me. Okay, thank you. So excited for this quarter. I'm here to help.